Alright, what's going on, guys? Pavel is back again, coming at you with Should You Summon on the new Spirits Are Forever With You rerun banner that is actually coming out. Honestly, I think that this banner is actually kind of worth summoning on. I'll go into the details of these characters in a bit, but the thing is, these characters haven't been back in about 4 months, which also means that these characters might not come back for another 4 months. I do think that Shunsui is an excellent character. Jushiro, in my opinion, is still one of the best NAD characters ever to be released in the game. And then you also have Genryusai, who's still up there in terms of the Brave Battle meta. Now, going into it, this is going to be the banner with Noitora, Yami, Zomari, Dordono, and then Saruchi or Kuchi, excuse me, or if you like to call him, how I like to call him, Dorduruhead, and then Kuchi, and then Saruchi. And then, honestly, the mainstay of the banner of Shunsui, Jushiro, and Yamamoto. These characters are going to be the ones that most people are going to be summoning for. If you're new to the game, honestly, I think that this banner might actually be worth 10 steps, or until you actually pull Shunsui, Jushiro, or Yamamoto. After that, you're going to have to make an executive decision on whether or not you actually want to keep going, because I do believe that more crazy characters are coming out later on this year. These characters came out for Anniversary along with 5th Anniversary 6th Anniversary Aizen, and those characters kind of revolutionized the game. Still to this day, the Green Art Book Ichigo, the Heart 6th Anniversary Aizen, the Speed Jushiro, the Mind Shunsui, and the Heart Yamamoto still are some of the most prevalent characters to be used in terms of flexibility for these characters. Well, okay, maybe not flexibility for Yamamoto, but like flexibility for these characters, they're really, really good. So either way, let's just get right into it. And yeah, starting off with Noitora. Noitora is probably the only character worth mentioning for this banner with Yami and Zomari when they originally came out. He does have a transformation mechanic with a boost on his second strong attack, but his issue is that even though he's a captain killer and will probably do fairly well in Captain's Week, this boost does not have Enhancer. It doesn't last for 20 seconds, which is unfortunate. So if you don't have Daddy Ichigo, this might be your best bet. Yeah, but like a 10-second boost on Captain's Week, you need a booster, man. Like, it is what it is. But he does have Star Barrier plus 10. He has Poise. He also, for Captain's Week, I forget which immunity you need for Captain's Week. I was gonna say like it'd be good with if he had an immunity, but I mean he doesn't, which is really unfortunate. Either way, pretty good NAD character. Transformation mechanic on his second strong attack, which means that he's guaranteed to transform and actually deal more damage with that. But overall, he's okay. He's useful in content like Guild Quest, Senkaimon when the rules let him be, and then on top of that, Epic Raids, he will actually be fantastic, because when you have multiple Noitoras, you guys can do a relatively decent timing when to use your boost in order to keep the boost running the entire time. Next, Yami, Flurry, Poise, Bruiser of 20%. He's an okay character. He has a range collision NAD, which is still really weird for a melee character. He also has a Hollow Killer. I think his only real use is to look at this disgusting thigh. Like, what the hell is this piece? Is this part of his ass? I don't understand. Either way, he's okay. I don't really want to go too much into detail. Zomari, Sprinter plus 2, Long Stride, really good for the Senkaimon stages where you have to flash step and try to go yourself, find your way around the map. If you have a Yoruichi though, probably better to use the Yoruichi. Or Soifun. Going into this banner, Dordoni, he does have Captain Killer, but he doesn't have Poise, which is really unfortunate because he does have a Bruiser of 50%, damage reduction of 20%, and then on top of that he has the power attribute Arrancar normal attack damage 20%, meaning that this character hits incredibly hard. But without Poise, this character is kind of left in the dust because the second strong attack, even though it is a walking vortex, only lasts like maybe 3 to 5 seconds. Flurry plus 1, Long Reach plus 20%. For Captain's Week, I think he'll do okay if you have nothing better, but I wouldn't necessarily summon for this character just because of his killer, and he's not really useful anywhere else outside of Guild Quest and some Senkaimon stages. Next, we have Saruchi. I do actually like this character quite a bit, but she is outclassed by a lot of characters, including Shunsui himself, who's on this banner, Daddy Ichigo, Orient Society Nell. There's plenty of Mind Soul Reaper killers. So yeah, she kind of falls off in that regard since she didn't get Havoc. Berserker 20% damage to lacerate enemies plus 40%, devastation 40%, and increased status element chance against heart attribute Soul Reapers plus 10%. This is really good when she has killer, so she's borderline guaranteed to lacerate the enemy. First strong attack is going to be the 40% magnification first strong attack pushback attack, 800 AoE distance second strong attack, and then the standard full screen third strong attack. I think she's really good. I think that her not getting Havoc really did kind of screw her in the long run. Next, we do have Kuchi Face. The only thing really worth talking about is the fact that he has weakened defense, and he also has the debuff mechanic on his second strong attack. So weakened defense for his special, one of the best nukes in the game, since he also has weakening on all of his attacks except for the debuff. One thing to note is that even if you don't hit the enemy with the debuff skill, like the second strong attack, the debuff is map wide, which means that even they might dodge the attack, but they can never dodge the debuff itself. Keep in mind that the debuff is weaker than a debuff that would be on the special move, so this is not as strong as Bankai Shuhei's or White Ichigo's. He has a Berserker of 20%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Devastation 40%. For those that don't know what Diminisher plus 10 seconds is, it really is just plus 10 seconds to the duration of the debuff, so the debuff mechanic will last for 20 seconds. The one thing that he is incredible at is, oh my god, that bulge. What is that? Okay, that's it. That's as far as it goes. Next, going into the actual main banner, and the banner that everyone is probably, the characters that people are probably going to be summoning for, Yamamoto. Flurry, plus 1. Berserker, plus 50%. He has a Bruiser of 20%. Unfortunately, he got a low Bruiser. Same as Kaname and Findor, where they got Flurry and Bruiser 20%, despite their other counterparts in the banner being just better in terms of regular PvE content. Debilitator plus 5 seconds. He does not have Guard Break, which is unfortunate. Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility while having Brave Battle Invincibility himself. Damage reduction as a Link, and Stern Ritter Killer. Is this Stern Ritter Killer? Am I tripping? Yeah, Stern Ritter Killer. So he is good against characters like Jugram as well as Askin. He has a Last Ditch built into him. Keep in mind that this is counteracted by Kenny's passive ability of bypassing Last Ditch Survival, which is kind of OP, as well as Kenny's bypass invincibility. He does have Poise and Prevent Brave Battle Healing, which is really good as well. His immunities, he has Drain Immunity and Weaken Immunity, which is perfect against who? Tsukishima. And then Weaken Immunity for Jugram. Sprinter plus 1, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all to really talk about, besides the fact that he has Weakening and Burn on all of his attacks. So after 10 seconds, if you use your Soul Bomb with this Yamamoto, you're weakening and burning the enemy if they are not immune to it, which is really good. Yeah, and then next on the list we do have Shunsui. Personally, I think this Shunsui is incredible. I feel like him and Ichigo tend to fight over who's best. Which is kind of crazy because Ichigo's kind of old. He's getting kind of old now. Either way, strong attack recharge minus 14%, Soul Reaper Killer, Berserker 40% with Frenzy. He also has Guard Break and Havoc 20%. Heart Link Slot Potions plus 5, so he is a Link Slot Potion unit. Frenzy plus 1, Devastation 40%. Debilitator plus 5 seconds, weakening on everything. His first strong attack is the same as 6th Anniversary Aizen's, where that means that it is a 3000 length beam with a larger width, which is really nice. Second strong attack is going to be a homing vortex, but keep in mind this does not have the same second strong attack 960 AoE that 5th Anniversary Byakuya and 6th Anniversary Aizen have. He just has the homing vortex built into it. Keep in mind that it is still a 16-second cooldown base, which is, in my opinion, really good for a 50-hit vortex that tracks. And his third strong attack is going to be an AoE distant third strong attack. It's going to be 840 radius, which will go all the way up to a 1080 radius with weakening, with the potential of weakening and doubling the damage if you hold the charge for 3 seconds. Honestly, this character is still really strong, despite not having the same second strong attack as 5th Anniversary Byakuya or Aizen's, which I personally find to be the most broken strong attack in the entire game. His special does have weakening as well, with the chance of an instant kill mechanic, and on top of that, I didn't even talk about his innate skills. Sprinter plus 1, Weaken Immunity, and Enervator. Now, Enervator is a really good skill. Chance to inflict weakening every 5 seconds at 12%. For 2 seconds. This is a map-wide AoE pulse. and works very well in content like IT, IZ, since he has a Link Slot Potion unit at the end of the day. He is good in... He's really good in Guild Quest, and then on top of that, he's also good because he has the crowd control with his Vortex. He's great in Senkaimon stages when the rules allow him to be. And yeah, I mean, overall, he's just an excellent character. He's really good at autoing as well. And last but not least, in my opinion, probably the best character in this banner, and I'm not even trying to be biased, is just Jushiro. Jushiro is a powerhouse in literally all content in the entire game. Bruiser of a 60%, Debilitator plus 2 seconds, Drain on all of his attacks except for his second, which is a boost, and Barrier skill with multi-barrier plus 2. He has Guard Break, he has Flurry, and they gave him Poise for a ranged NAD character. That's good. He also has Hollow Killer, and yeah, I mean, this character is just nuts. The Drain mechanic is really good because he has a range collision, 18% mag for a strong attack, which is normally the worst strong attack in the game. But for a ranged NAD character in particular with Drain, it gives him the opportunity to actually heal back up, which is good. Third strong attack, standard full screen. Special move guarantees Drain, which means that you can guarantee yourself healing up to like 100% if you have 5 enemies on the field. I believe that it heals 20%, but it could be 25. It's been a while since I've actually played with him, since Noel kind of came out and said, "You're only running me in IT now," which is unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. That's scary. I'm not gonna lie, that scared me. Yeah, so either way, it is really, this character is just really good. In content, he's great in Brave Battles because he does have multi-barrier plus 2 for his boost and barrier with Poise and Flurry, and he's just really good there. On top of that, he's good in Guild Quest because the multi-barrier, and on top of that, you have the boost, which is good, so he replaces that for ranged Hollow Weak, is incredible. And for IT, he's good at autoing. For IZ, he's good at carrying. And on top of that, in Senkaimon stages, when the rules allow it, he's so strong. But anyways, do I think this is worth summoning on? Personally, I do believe it's worth summoning on. If you're new to the game and you have a lot of orb sources, 10 steps on this banner, I wouldn't blame people for doing that. I would definitely recommend 5 steps if you're missing the entire banner. Personally, I'm doing 5 steps myself just because I do want Shunsui. I would love to get a dupe of Jushiro, and if I get a dupe of Yamamoto, I'll call it a win. The side units, honestly, with Noitora, Yami, and Zamari, I don't really see too much use for them outside of like Captain Killer for Noitora for the Guild Quest. Dordoni, Saruchi, Kuchi, I don't really see them being all that useful. Saruchi is good if you don't have Shunsui or Daddy Ichigo. I do definitely see her being somewhat useful. And I do believe that Caleb is trying to make more players. They're trying to give players more use for their Arankars lately when it comes to Senkaimon stages, so we'll see how Caleb wants to do that. If you've paid attention to the arena banners, they've been coming out with a lot of arena characters. But I'm gonna leave it as a grind. I'll catch you in Pimmo. Stay blessed. Let me know in the comments below how deep y'all plan to go in on this banner, if you plan to summon at all. Personally, I'm doing 5 to 6 steps. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and yeah, peace.